That front bumper isn't aftermarket, it's factory. And what it tells us about where Chevy is taking the Colorado dominates every midsize truck conversation happening right now. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly why the Titan 4000 exists and why it's not just a trim level, it's a strategic weapon. There's one suspension engineering decision in this truck that I believe changes the rules for midsize off-roaders. I'll get to it. And when we talk pricing, is a $60,000 midsize truck worth your money? My answer is going to surprise a lot of people. We're covering the exterior hardware, the upgraded interior, and the powertrain math. But first, I've been hearing this project started inside GM's Performance and Racing division, not the truck group. That origin explains everything about what you're looking at.
What stands out to me is the approach angle. Look at that front end. A fully integrated steel bumper with dual red recovery hooks, fog lamp pods set deep into protected recesses, and a functional hood scoop feeding air to the intercooler. The bumper line sits high enough to clear obstacles that would tear the chin off a standard ZR2. My opinion, this is Chevy's answer to the Ford Ranger Raptor, and it's 3 years overdue. The ZR2 Bison addressed underbody protection, but the Titan 4000 addresses the entire approach geometry. That matters for anyone who's actually crawled through Moab or the Rubicon, not just driven fire roads. Here's the first engineering detail worth watching. Sources suggest the Titan 4000 runs a next-generation Multimatic DSSV damper system with what I'm calling terrain-predictive valving. The spool valves adjust pre-compression based on real-time accelerometer data processed at 1,000 times per second, anticipating the next impact rather than just reacting to it. The DSSV hardware is already world-class. This is the software making it smarter. But that exterior tells only half the story. The cabin is where this truck surprised me. Open the door and the first thing you notice isn't the seats, it's the light. Red ambient lighting runs the full width of the dashboard, along the door panels and down into the footwells. It's restrained, a horizon line, not a nightclub. And against the black leather and brushed metal trim, it creates something no current midsize truck offers: atmosphere. The seats deserve attention. Diamond-quilted perforated leather with red contrast stitching on both rows, front and rear. The front bolsters are firmer than a standard ZR2, which matters on technical terrain. For anyone who spent 3 hours on washboard roads and felt their lower back protest, that lateral support is worth the premium. Now, I want to be straightforward. The 11.3-inch center touchscreen runs GM's Google built-in infotainment, the same system you'll find in a Silverado or a Tahoe. That's a good thing. The software is mature, wireless CarPlay works, and they kept physical HVAC knobs with a real temperature readout below the screen. The Tacoma TRD Pro's interface works, but GM's system has had more time in the field, and it shows. Here's the second piece of speculative technology, and this connects to the backstory. Sources suggest the Titan 4000 is equipped with an off-road telemetry recording system. The truck logs suspension travel, G-forces, speed, GPS coordinates, and damper position data on every trail run, then displays it post-drive through the infotainment system. Think of it as a black box for off-roading. The engineering reasoning is straightforward. Every sensor needed already exists in the Multimatic system and the terrain management suite. It's a software integration play. Where I think they missed the mark, the rear seat. Look at the legroom. Despite the quilted leather treatment, this is still a mid-size truck with mid-size geometry. For anyone over 6 feet, the back row is a compromise. The Ranger has more room back there. That hasn't changed, and luxury materials don't fix packaging constraints. Remember that suspension decision I mentioned? We're getting closer.
Now, everything I've shown you so far, the bumper engineering, the interior upgrade, the tech integration, that's all genuinely impressive. But here's what the spec sheet doesn't tell you. The real engineering story is in the suspension geometry and the powertrain calibration. That's what determines whether this truck is a showroom piece or a genuine tool. And the answer matters.
Let's look at the design language critically. The Titan 4000 in this silver metallic finish reads differently than any current Colorado. The bodywork is familiar. Crew cab, short bed, 4 doors, but everything bolted to it has changed. Those fender flares aren't cosmetic. They're accommodating what appear to be 35-inch mud terrain tires on matte black beadlock-style wheels, pushed outward on a wider track than the standard ZR2. The ride height puts the door handles at roughly chest level on an average adult. We're looking at ground clearance well above the Bison's 12.2 inches. The rear tells its own story. A full-width LED light bar spans the tailgate, stamped with Chevrolet across the panel, and a heavy-duty rear bumper with integrated recovery hooks mirrors the front. The design language is consistent. Function first, styled second. No chrome, no bright work. Everything matte, everything purposeful. My assessment, this design won't date because it doesn't try to be fashionable. It's industrial, and industrial ages well. But design means nothing without the right powertrain. The current ZR2 runs the 2.7-liter TurboMax 4-cylinder, 310 horsepower, 430 pound-feet of torque, 8-speed automatic. That's already the most torque in the midsize segment, more than the Tacoma's Turbo 4, more than the Ranger's twin-turbo. Here's the suspension decision I've been building toward, the third piece of engineering. Strong indications that the Titan 4000 integrates a 48-volt mild hybrid system specifically calibrated for low-speed off-road crawling. The belt starter generator provides approximately 25 pound-feet of supplemental electric torque below 5 miles per hour, filling the gap where the turbocharger hasn't fully spooled. For anyone who's felt that half-second hesitation crawling over a rock ledge, this eliminates it. The engineering reasoning makes sense. The Titan 4000 already demands more from its electrical system: the upgraded interior lighting, heated and ventilated seats, the telemetry system. A 48-volt architecture handles that load while solving the turbo lag problem simultaneously. 2 problems, 1 solution. Max towing stays at 7,700 pounds. That's class-leading, ahead of both the Tacoma and the Ranger. If you tow a small boat or a pair of dirt bikes on weekends, this truck handles that with margin to spare. For anyone who's driven a Ranger Raptor, this is going to feel noticeably different. More low-end torque, less top-end refinement. That's a trade-off worth understanding before you sign.
Now here's what I actually think, and I'm going to be completely straightforward. That suspension engineering decision, the terrain-predictive DSSV system, combined with the 48-volt crawl assist. If Chevy delivers both, this isn't just the best mid-size off-roader you can buy. It's the first one that makes the Raptor look like it's missing features. And that changes the math on pricing.
The current ZR2 starts around $48,000. The Bison pushes past $58,000. Expect the Titan 4000 to land between $58,000 and $65,000 fully equipped. That's real money for a mid-size truck. For context, a loaded Ford Ranger Raptor sits around $57,000, and the Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro tops out near $60,000. Dollar for dollar, the Titan 4000 gives you Multimatic dampers neither competitor offers, the most torque in the segment, and an interior that's a genuine step above. On ownership, the Colorado holds value well in the resale market. Insurance classification for an off-road special edition runs higher, but parts availability through GM's dealer network is better than anything in the segment. Pros and cons. First, the suspension hardware. Multimatic DSSV dampers are genuinely the best off-road shock technology available in a production vehicle at any price. No competitor matches it. Second, the interior transformation. Diamond-quilted leather, ambient lighting, and micro-suede door panels on a mid-size truck. That's a material upgrade no competitor in this class offers. Third, the powertrain torque advantage. 430 pound-feet from a 4-cylinder, still the most in the segment. But I want to be honest about the trade-offs. Rear seat legroom is still the Colorado's weakness. If you regularly carry adult passengers in the back, the Ranger gives you more room. That's a packaging constraint no trim level can fix. Fuel economy? Expect around 17 mpg combined with the off-road tires. The Tacoma's hybrid option does meaningfully better. Your commute will cost you. Longtime GM truck owners will appreciate the proven TurboMax engine and the mature infotainment, but they'll rightfully ask why GM still hasn't offered a V6 option for buyers who prefer naturally aspirated power delivery. Here's the full picture. The Titan 4000 started in GM's performance division because they saw the Ranger Raptor taking conquest buyers. People walking out of Chevy dealerships because the ZR2 didn't look or feel aggressive enough to justify the premium. This is their answer, and based on what I'm seeing, they've answered correctly. If you're someone who uses your truck off-road regularly and wants the best suspension technology available in a mid-size, this is the strongest option in the segment. If you need rear seat space or you prioritize fuel economy, the Tacoma TRD Pro is still the more practical choice.
Remember that factory bumper we opened with? The one that looked like it didn't belong on a mid-sized truck? After everything we've covered, the suspension technology, the interior transformation, the powertrain calibration, that bumper isn't just hardware. It's a statement. Chevy is telling the market that mid-size doesn't mean compromise. And with the Titan 4000, they've built the truck to back that up. I'd genuinely love to hear your perspective, especially if you've been cross-shopping the ZR2 against the Ranger Raptor or the Tacoma TRD Pro. Drop your thoughts below. And if you want to see the full interior deep dive we did on this truck, that video is right here. If this kind of real, no-nonsense truck analysis is what you're looking for, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.